SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind, and soul. Friends, my soulmates are so precious. When I look at the return of investment on my time, I find that these 4 minutes, the 4-minute reflective practice, what I follow every single day, is so precious. It gives me so much. It gives me so much because whatever issues or challenges I might be facing, good or bad, in my personal or professional life, I find the solution or the answer somewhere hidden within these 11 soulmates. So friends, I have shared with you a brief introduction of the 11 soulmates in my previous video, and then I'm taking you through with each of the soulmate a little bit of perspective on them. The first one I shared with you is the one which is anchored with my heart, and then the one which is anchored with my head, with the back of my head, and then the soulmate which is anchored very strongly with my shoulders and hands. And friends, today I'm going to share with you the soulmate, which is so very important because I often find that this soulmate gives me an answer to many, many issues. This is at the root of the root cause of many challenges and issues what I face in my life. The way I say this is simple. I would close my eyes and say like this: The way this soulmate is anchored is symbolizes with my hand. Let me explain what it means. So when I'm saying so, I'm telling myself that I've merged my ego in the truth, and therefore I've conquered my world inside and thus outside. So this is truth. This is the symbolic of truth. And the index finger is the finger of ego. You do it. That's the way to go. Better do it like that. And this is what I say is I merged my ego in the truth and I've conquered my world inside and therefore outside. Friends, when I move to the humming phase, hum, that's the time when I let my mind loose, let it wander, let it relax, but in a very, 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 very intense environment of ego and truth. Now, we all know ego. We know what ego is. We understand the truth. Close your eyes and think about issues and challenges, what you may be facing in a relationship or might have faced in a relationship or in various kind of situations. And you will find often the root cause of that issue and the challenge lies somewhere in the ego, either of yourself or the person in front of you. So ego plays a very, very important role in a life. And the way I understand ego, in fact, a good understanding of any issue is very, very important because that understanding in itself finds a solution. When we are born with nascent eyes, innocent eyes, clean and clear eyes. But as we move on in life, we become a son or a daughter, we go to school, we become a friend, we join organizations, we become professionals, we become boss and subordinate and leader and a teammate, and then we are married, we become husband and wife and father and son. So life goes on. Now in this journey of life, we keep on gathering baggage, we keep on creating perceptions, we keep on creating images about ourselves and about others. And what happens is that those innocent eyes, the nascent eyes, start wearing glasses. They start wearing glasses of different colors. They start wearing glasses of different shades. The whole VIPGEAR is available to us. And the beauty is we keep on changing the color depending on the situation. And this is the insight I'm talking about, how we see ourselves. So we use different kind of glasses and shades when we look at our inside world. And as Leo Tolstoy has said, that I want to change the world except one person, and that is me. So we have a set of glasses for our internal self, for the self within me. And then I have a set of glasses for the outside world. The way I look at others, the way I look at situations. And again, here we are having different kind, different color, different shades of glasses. And the beauty is that often, very often, the shade and color of the glass with which we look at ourselves within, and the shade and the color of glass with which we look at the world, with the person in front of us, is not matching. And this mismatch often brings huge dichotomy. It brings huge dichotomy, and if this dichotomy is big, we say the chauvinism is humongous, very difficult to deal with this guy or lady. Friends, but this is reality. As we move in the journey of life, we go through these kind of experiences, we develop these kind of behaviors towards ourselves and towards the outside world. So that's it. What next? What next is, there is a philosophy which often is very relevant in today's world, but it's often not very well understood. And this philosophy says that you don't have to work and take action on each and every issue. Just merely looking at the issue with a very intense eye, with an insight, often burns the issue, kills the issue. And friend, what I practice through this fifth soulmate is in these 6 to 10 seconds of humming phase in a very, very intense environment of looking at the truth, looking at the ego. I'm simply intensifying my sight, I'm intensifying my insight in looking at what kind of glasses am I wearing, what is the color, what is the shade, what is the mismatch. And merely looking at that brings certain subtle changes, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. Even 0.1% change happening in an auto-corrective mode is a humongous change, because here I'm not talking of resolving an issue on the spot. I'm talking of life. I'm talking of life which is going on from every day to month to the year, and year after year after year. So when we look at life in a perspective of developing an insight towards ego, what happens is that the ego sits at the right place. Ego is not bad, but ego needs to be sitting at the right place. Ego should not be a mismatch between our internal world and the external world. And once we start understanding that, we start getting into the auto-correction mode, we start giving a chance to ourselves every single day to look with an insight on this issue, what happens is that the life starts changing bit by bit, bit by bit. But the cumulative effect is beautiful. It is joy, it is peace, it is growth. Growth for the individual, growth for the organization, growth for the family, growth for the relationship. So friends, this is a little bit perspective about my fifth soulmate. I merged my ego in the truth, and I've conquered the world inside me and therefore outside. And with the third phase of SOHAMS, that's where I create a synergy, bring a sync with my sixth soulmate. And the sixth soulmate is very, very enriching. And this soulmate says, I always work with lock and key approach. That's a way to treasure. So bye for now, and look forward to see you next week. SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind, and soul. Bye-bye.